275 BHS Bunkhouse here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. This is a Coachmen Freedom Express Ultralite, 5,855 pounds. And if you'd like to learn more about it after this video, or anytime during, obviously, there's a link in the video description for you folks just on YouTube that'll take you to the Haylett RV website. It'll show you things like A, if we have it in stock, B, how we have it equipped, C, what we're asking with that equipment package, and of course, things like total length and tank capacities, etc. I leave all that stuff for you in one easy reference point. Some people care about that stuff, some don't. I'll let you look at it if you're interested. This is a stone cold stunner. This is a fantastic model. They took their two best-selling floor plans. They took their #1 selling non-bunkhouse and just literally mashed it together with their #1 selling bunkhouse. So you have a very comfortable living room with a very expansive sleeping capacity. Normally you only get one or the other in this size and category and weight, 5,800 pounds. I mean, this is extremely half-ton towable, large SUV towable, and with the wide stance stability axles, very comfortably towable. We'll get to all that. What I want to do is, I want to point out the areas where I think these guys have gone above and beyond. I don't want to talk about that it just has a fridge and a toilet. Who cares? They all got that. I want to talk about the things they did different, and they did well here. So if that's interesting to you, please hang out. Normally, at this size and budget, you don't tend to get the nicer, like, magnetic baggage latch doors, so that you just get the easy one-hand operation we see here. And Freedom Express, one of the things that has always defined it, and the reason that you see this more commonly now in the other lightweights in the world, is a very vast and expansive front passenger storage compartment. This is 3/4 of a 3/4 ton bed truck in terms of cubic foot of storage. It's like 42 or 47 cubic feet of storage if you care. That's a lot of storage. And notice too, they include, this is not an option, they include an indoor-outdoor picnic table. Nice little resin formed waterproof table. Leave it outside under the awning. It can rain overnight like it did here last night, unexpectedly, because we all know the weatherman doesn't always get it right. Man, I'd hate to be a weatherman. I don't know if it'd be the easiest or the worst job. I'm really not sure. So you've got full pass-through storage lighting on here, which is nice, and easy access to your nose cap lights right here. And when you're done, you can just flip that down. Solar trickle channel, trickle charge panel input right there. So if you do have a you know, a little what I call solar suitcase for some 12-volt trickle charging, how you doing, folks? You know, you can keep your lights and your fans topped off. Now, I've talked a few times on these Freedom Expresses, they have this, I mean, people didn't even realize they went to a 3/4 cap, because they had that nice white sweep, and they've always had the diamond plate down here. Well, you just didn't even realize they went to the 3/4 cap because it looks so well done. It looks like it's always been there. But check this thing out. This is crazy heavy duty. Like, I didn't even realize how rugged it was, and I saw someone just pounding on it one day. I'm like, oh, wow. Like, I don't know, I just didn't have that kind of confidence in it. But shame on me. These guys have been doing this for over 50 years. If there's someone I should have confidence in, it's probably Coachmen RV. Up front here, let's look at some of the things they do up front. So you're probably assuming power awning, power tongue jack, and you're correct. It does have full LED lighting, but it's got fast moving tongue jack, fast moving awning. You know, it's got the little higher grade motor stuff. They like to use 20-pound tanks because it's a little bit lighter weight, because this is a lightweight, and because it's a Sunday and you run out of gas. You can exchange that anywhere. They were one of the first. It used to be the propane was mounted behind the battery. They were one of the first to flip it and put the battery mounts behind the propane, which allows for double battery mounts. Thanks again, Freedom Express. Again, this is one of the most highly copied trailers on the market. This is one of the two in the ultralight world that have truly shaped what ultralight trailers look like today. And they tongue mount the spare tire. They do that for two reasons: load equalization, and it leaves the bumper open to do stuff with. Because even though the lawyers and the bean counters are going to tell you not to mess with it, the folks at Coachmen know you're probably going to put a bike rack on the back of this at some point. Well, now you don't have to fight space for a spare tire. They're pretty reasonable folks. They know how you actually camp because they actually camp. They were one of the first in this class to go to a standard enclosed forced air heated underbelly. That also does help with some slipstreaming and critter prevention. I like this. The seal gripping leak preventing slide walls. Let the camera zoom in on that textured skin. There you go. That little sandpapery looking feel. Notice how it's pulled this slide seal, but also this is a T-edged slide seal. You see that little lip off my finger? It has extra surface area contact with this extra grippy slide out so that it pulls the slide seals all the way in or out so that you get good proper sealing. All windows are UV tinted. All windows open for ventilation, including slide side windows. If you want to make an RV less expensive very quickly, you start taking out lights and you start taking out windows. And that's the other kind of things that you'll find in this class quite a bit. There's other good trailers, don't get me wrong. I don't believe in the one best trailer. People call me all the time, hey, which one's the best? I said, well, there's a reason we carry so many different brands at Haylett RV. Let me show you the areas where this one's the best, and you tell me if those appeal to you. That's my recommendation. Notice, too, this is a full deep slide. That's another reason we like these at Haylett RV. This is a deep slide, tall person-friendly ultralight, and a tall person-friendly ultralight are two things that basically can't be found anywhere else in the business. And I'll touch more on that when we get inside. That's one of my favorite parts about this, because I'm tall and I like light trailers, so imagine that. I like Freedom Expresses. Wide stance stability axles. Why do you care? Why does it matter? Well, basically, it helps prevent the trailer from wiggling and fishtailing so much down the road. It's not a replacement for a weight distribution or anti-sway kit. It's a nice supplement, though. And here's the best way I can describe how it works. Put your feet close together, and if somebody pushes you, you have to shift your foot to maintain your weight. But what if your feet were already nice and apart? Somebody pushes you, and you can adjust. You have stability. That's basically the same concept that we're looking at down here, guys. So sidewalls, rear wall, floor, vacuum laminated with a really cool thing in the sidewalls called Asdel, and I'll touch more on that as we go. Stay tuned for that. That's an exclusive thing basically here in this class. There's just not a whole lot of other people really using it to the extent that Coachmen is. Now, there are some optional pieces of equipment here. Like we put a power tongue jack on this, we added a ladder to this. This might not be the exact trailer I have in stock. The next one might be different. Again, that's why there's a link in the video description so that you can see what we have, how it's equipped, and what we're asking with that equipment. We put all that out there. And by the way, folks, here's a bombshell. We don't have hidden charges at Haylett RV. Everything this trailer needs to operate, that is part of our price tag. We don't do the hidden charges game at our dealership. That's not common in this business. That's why I encourage you to get a true bottom line from places. People say all the time, well, you know, I saw one for $900 less down the street. And my answer is, that's it? Get an out-the-door quote. And every single time, we end up being cheaper. We have reasonable, fair margin price tags. We're not, oh, man, I got wicked lighting. This is terrible. All right, let me get a little closer here. They do their outside extended, well, first of all, I like that the outside kitchen telescopes out to you where it's easy to get to. But secondly, you have all this extra counter space back here. Now, this is good back here, like keep phone chargers or something up out of the way. Now, you've also got the Coleman camp grill, which we're looking at a picture upside down, but that's the picture of it right here. You can set that right here and have a nice high output grilling station with still some room back there for like a platter and stuff like that. Or you can slide it back out of the way when you don't need it. And now we've got countertop space. And by the way, we have waterproof countertop space. This is a sealed edge pressed membrane thermal foil countertop. You'll see this repeated in the kitchen, in the bathroom, on the dining table, everywhere that there's a top, you get this stuff. You know, they just don't waste space on it. And check this out. You have a real sink. You don't have the dog dish that you have to flip out, which always makes Seasonal Lady flip out. I've talked about Seasonal Lady in a video before. Some of you probably remember. I got a lot of Haylett RV subscribers. I appreciate you folks. So, a lot of good stuff going on out here. And, of course, oh, my favorite part, Dad's medicine cabinet. This is where we keep the bottles of water and the barley pop, isn't it, folks? Up here in Michigan, we call it pop. A lot of places call it soda. You get down in certain areas and it's all Coke. You know, what kind of Coke you all want? You want a Pepsi Coke? I love hearing that. There's a select few places you hear that, but I think it's funny. And the places where you get a Pepsi Coke is the place where our shopping cart is a buggy. So it's fun going around our country and hearing the different things. I like linguistics. I think it's fun. Pardon me, not to be confused with linguine. Anyway, so that outside picnic table I showed you, I think this is the perfect spot for it. Because one, you don't really want to look at tires on your campsite, so it's a nice place to kind of cover that up. But two, outside TV hookups right here, dead under the center of your awning next to your outside speakers, which, by the way, has full LED lighting. Standard triple steps instead of double steps, so that it's easy come and go. And along that note, we have the bigger folding entry handle to easy come and go. I said I'd tell you about Azdel. We're going to learn about Azdel. Hold on now here, folks. Got to get this here door open. We're going to be in business. All right. Let me cover up the sun. You see that white board? That's Azdel. Not terribly impressive to look at. It's what it does for you. It's 50% lighter than the Luan wall substrate that they have in pretty much every other trailer. And there's nothing wrong with Luan. If you're looking at a trailer that has Luan in the walls, it's not the end of the world. I'm not trying to say that. My point here is what it can do for you. It is lighter weight. And that is what allows us to be taller inside without being heavier in weight. Most of that weight savings comes from the Azdel walls. It's also got a higher R factor. This 1.5" ultralight wall has the same R factors as a 2-inch conventional wall. And it's the water repellency. Go down to Coachmen. If you go look at their sign outside, you see that it's actually literally just a wall. It's a laminated wall with the Azdel substrate like I'm showing you right here. A trailer like this, one of its sidewalls, is literally like the sign at Coachmen, and it's out there exposed to all 4 seasons and equal values like we get out here in the Midwest, and it's been that way for a long time. It hasn't delaminated. I've got a sample, a cutout of one of this wall, Freedom Express wall, well, not this wall from this trailer, obviously, that'd be stupid, but a Freedom Express cutout inside that was submerged in water for 60 days, hasn't delaminated. It's just terribly impressive. It's good stuff that does a good job. I'm going to close this door behind me. If you want to learn more about Azdel, Google it. Azdel. Apparently I like talking with a bit of drawl today. I don't know why. Anyway, so I talked about how this is a tall person-friendly ultralight. That's not normal, everyone. Normally, to save weight, manufacturers will have at least an industry standard 6.5 foot ceiling. They went 3 inches taller here. That allows me to stand in the shower without ducking. It adds 1.5 inches to each bunk. It adds 3 inches to this cabinet. It adds 3 inches to that slide out. And, along with the tall person theme, they have a full 80-inch True Queen bed. Smaller, lightweight ultralights don't normally have any of those qualities. That is a significantly awesome, defining quality within this coach. So, if I'm just standing right here... Oh, by the way, this is the Russet Decor. Add bacon and cheese, maybe a barley pop of your choice. You're grilling, you're chilling, and you're camping. You know, you got a baked potato. Anyway, there's other color schemes available. There's like cashmere and other things. So if the one that you like, you like, let's say you like everything in this except I don't like that couch, give me a call. I probably got a different one in stock. Anyway, this living room, this is the living room from the 248 Freedom Express. You've got the sofa facing directly across from the entertainment center. But the 248 is a non-bunkhouse. So if you take a line and you cut from that Dinette around through the bunks, that's the 257 Bunkhouse Freedom Express. They're not the same. All 3 of these things are just slightly different enough that they really play well together. And the end result here is we now have a bunkhouse with rainy day seating where everyone can sit in the bunkhouse and still have a nice shot of the entertainment center without wanting to strangle everybody from cabin fever. The thing is, this has all of the furniture and equipment of a big 282 Super Slide Freedom Express, but at less length, less weight, and less money. This floor plan rocks. It was so simple. They took their 2 best campers and mashed them together, and they created something that's never been done in the industry before. It's just so stupidly simple, it's amazing that no one has done it. Leave it to Coachmen. They got 50 years of experience. Maybe they got a head start on people on this. I don't know. Anyway, let's talk about the dinette. There is full storage under it. Case in point, they actually give you nice, easy, full doors to access your bench storage. Now, speaking of storage, not only does Coachmen tend to have more of it in the Freedom Expresses, but one of the reasons we like them at Helitz is they give you access to the rear bench storage. No one else does that. Maybe I shouldn't say no one else. I'm not aware of anyone else does it. And I carry 12 brands of ultralights at this store. This is an exclusive feature. I like this thing at Haylett RV. I think it is awesome. You see the freestanding dining table. Now that folds down in transit, so it's not going to bounce around and bash into your cabinets. In theory, you could take it outside for a picnic table if you're going to have a big outside smorgasbord, though this comes with an outside picnic table too. But this can float over to be island space. It's a big guy like me. I like it because I can move the table. You know, I can push it away from my growing belly to get it away from me here. I got to get back on the treadmill to handle that, by the way. Anyway, little silly stuff too. Like they taper the back ends of the cushions so that it's more comfortable to sit at. Straight up, I mean, as a culture, me, I've got bad posture. I slouch. I shouldn't, but I do. Sitting up straight just don't even feel right to me anymore. This camper feels comfortable for me to sit in. I like that. Also, remember, all the windows open for ventilation. Taller ceiling, taller slide, etc. Central air, cabinet ducted heat. We have central AC in the ceiling. Cabinet ducted heat in the, well, cabinets, obviously. I like cabinet ducted heat because it doesn't leave heat vents on the floor, so I'm not stepping on them. And you can't get dirt in these. You have to like go out of your way to get dirt in those vents. And in a smaller space like this, it's fine. Technically speaking, floor ducted heat might be slightly more efficient. This makes more sense though because this is not a big enough space for it to matter. So you've got pantry beside the refrigerator here, and then you've got all this space which can actually be pantry space as well. You've got great storage in here. We haven't even got to the primary kitchen. TV you can see swings out, so there's no bad seat in the house, and this thing can really kick on an angle so you can sit right here at the dinette. And obviously when you're sitting on the sofa, you're directly across just like a theater seat basically. You know, this is awesome. And this that we're doing right here, sitting straight at the entertainment center, that is something bunkhouses just don't really have in the market right now, guys. That's why they developed this. Years ago, the TV was not the focal point of a travel trailer. Like it or not, it's becoming that. So they built a good bunkhouse that serves the whole family, but still has a good entertainment option. I like it. I like that Coachman's always looking to update and evolve. Remember, bigger, taller cabinets. When you go camper shopping, guys, bring a big family-sized cereal box. As dumb as that sounds, bring a big cereal box, try to shove it into a cabinet. You're going to find out a lot of things you can't do that with. Let's look at the kitchen while we're standing right here. This is awesome. This is a heavy-duty hardwood food-grade cutting board, and it's got little slots in it so that it can't fall off in transit. But it's not heavy. It's just really strong. You can bring it over here to be like a serving tray. You can take it outside. You can set your napkins and all your condiments on it on the picnic table, then bring them all in one shot. Not to mention, it's just really heavy-duty, strong countertop space. Sink cover to give you maximum prep space here, and this is covering a stone cast sink. This is American stone cast. That's not just a name. This is American built. You can hear the difference between plastic and stone cast. You can pour boiling water into this. I think it has to be something like over 400 or 500 degrees before it begins to have any sort of failure. Plastic or composite sinks, as I hear them called. I love it when people try to dress stuff up like that. They're going to melt. If you're boiling water for hot dogs or mac and cheese or whatever, you throw it into a plastic sink, it's going to melt. Most of us here at Haylett RV go camping, guys. These are the things that I see that I'm like, oh yes, as a person who actually goes camping, I would do that. I can find you a cheaper trailer. You're going to give up these things. They also actually include stuff like, you know, cabinet space and drawers. These are things that a lot of lightweight trailers don't have. And the Coachmen exclusive utensil drawer. It's not what they call it, it's what I call it. Because it's shaped like a U, and it's perfect for utensils. It's not very original, but it works. Anyway, so once again, if you're going to go outside and go picnicking, the whole serving thing can come with you. And you can actually, look at this. You can just set it right next to that and have everything, condiments, silverware, everything in one spot. You can even put a couple extra little, like, decks of cards or something down there. Or some, I don't know. I don't even know what else you do with it. You can also pull it out and clean it. There you go. Let's close this up right here. We'll come back to the living room. I'm getting myself off kilter. Talked about the pantry. So, you've seen these before. Double bunks. Not the, you know, this has just become the biggest, most powerful thing in the bunkhouse world, so I'm going to cruise right on from there. But, walk around the corner. And look at this, closet with adjustable shelving. So you can turn this into another pantry or linen cabinet or closet or storage space with additional drawers for the kids that are also fully extendable and plywood constructed, not particle board constructed with a sticker wrap. This is something that was lost in the bunkhouse world for a long time. Thank you, Coachmen, for bringing it back. And hey, maybe thank you, Haylett RV, for presenting it to us. I don't know. And I don't care where you live, guys. You're not too far away to work with Haylett RV. Remember what I talked about. Extra tall shower. I got a hat on. I got boots on. My head is not in the bubble. This is comfortable, easy standing. Little detail stuff, too, like they actually have the mirror and the sink on an angle where you're going to be standing. It's just more comfortable and more functional this way. This makes the most sense. And I do like, too, they got the bigger paddle switches in these. We're getting close to wrapping up here. So this is a good look at the TV directly across from the entertainment center with storage above. Now, almost all jackknife sofas have storage below. But why is it only the Freedom Expresses have the drawers down there? The actual cabinet doors to get to that storage. Maybe because they're just willing to do it a step further and better. I don't know. I'm partial to these guys. I speak highly of them because as a person who looks at and touches campers every day, as a person who goes camping, I see the things they do here. Like, as dumb as it sounds, that storage access right there, why is no one else doing that? It's not like it costs a bunch of money. This is the small, detail, functional stuff that makes you enjoy a camper over time. You know, like when you get married or you're in a relationship and they squeeze the toothpaste from the top and you squeeze it from the bottom and it drives each other crazy? It's these little things that determine enjoyment over time. Remember, waterproof countertop. All right, sliding pocket door for the front bedroom. And at the time of this filming, they recently updated to a very nice pillow top mattress. They had a very cool memory foam antimicrobial mattress before. It was a little thin, and folks said, we'd like a little thicker mattress. Coachmen listens. Look at that. They followed suit. You asked, and they made it happen, guys. Now we've got side stands with outlets on both sides for our CPAP machines. We've got good size hanging closets and actual overhead storage above the bed. An vent in the bedroom for heat exhaust and TV hookups over here. Right across from the wall where you're going to be looking at them. Personally, I'd mount it high and angle it down so that it faces your headboard. I like to talk about these too. These are cool. You touch it once, we get this cool blue LED. Notice how it's not real bright unless it has something that is light colored to look at. It's a reading lamp. Now we hold it, we get the big, beautiful, bright spotlight. And these speakers, by the way, you can shut off separately from like the outside stuff so that, you know, you're not blowing each other away. Anyway, you get the point. This took the best of two worlds. This took the best living room from a small camper and combined it with the best floor plan from a bunkhouse in a small camper. And now we get an amazing bunkhouse with a good living room in a 5,800-pound camper. And you get it at Haylett RV. And you get to HaylettRV.com through the links in the video description where you can check for price and availability, because we only do everything at Haylett RV. Hitching, pieces, parts, trades, financing, accessories, etc. and everything between. And remember, we don't charge extra for the stuff the camper needs to work. All camping essentials are included in the price tag at Haylett RV. We don't charge extra for prep or destination or any of that garbage. We have real, honest, straightforward, fair market pricing. You give us a call, you give us a chance to earn your business, it's gonna happen. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.